I have my own thought process about going into business with a person you share the bed with.
Right.
I think there has to be some level of, okay, this the line in the sand, yours, this mine. But for you in that dynamic.
And I think that I am, which is why I feel like this is like perfect, because we are two different people. Like I said, we also have two different audiences. So I do think that me being honest about what I, went through, the situation, how I overcame that, but also how I do things differently because of it.
Yes.
People gotta hear it, honestly.
No, they need to.
Yeah.
And it's not even
and
that
you have to learn from everything. No matter what you go through, you will learn something. And I learned a lot of shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, with that, what did you learn by going into business where you guys were engaged? How was that situation wowing, eye-opening, for you going into business with your partner at the time?
I think that at first it started as, the relationship was what it was. It was real. But then I believe that when you kind of go into a situation, not for the money, but when it started making money and you started having the fame and you started having the light and you started having all that, that's really where it wasn't no conversation on how this is supposed to go, what we're supposed to do, how do we stay true to the relationship behind closed doors, but also still giving the people what they want to see.
Right.
Now, listen, what I learned, I would never do that shit again. Never in a million years. I would not.
But why, though?
I think it's power in having things separate, I'll say. I love the idea, which I do believe that you can have a relationship and a business relationship together with a partner, but you have to communicate on what those boundaries look like. When things get rough, when things get tough, what does that look like for us? Because obviously, as that was our source of income, when things get rocky.
For both of you.
Yes. When things get rocky, how do you necessarily come back from that still be able to work?
Right. Did you guys, were you on salary?
So we had accountants and we did receive like payroll, and that was mainly for tax reasons.
Yeah. But so like, for example, if I share a show with a friend first, and now he's grown into talent, right? Peggy, from our other show, sports show, 4th and 1, there's conversations that are had that's like, hey, what am I owed versus what are you owed?
Right.
Okay, well, your dynamic is the same but different in this state, because now it's like both of you guys, just like Peggy for 4th and 1, is extremely valuable.
Right.
How or what was that transition to saying, okay, we're making money into this account, we're spending it at our own will? Did you guys ever have a conversation to say, okay, hold on. This is what I'm going to take from what we make. This is what you're going to take from.
Nope, it was never no conversation like that. It was just free will until the breakup, I'll say.
Was there a time, was it something that was a build up to this, or did you
a build up to what?
To you guys' separation? Or was it an event that took place and was like, oh, no, I'm not going to do this anymore?
It was a build up, but I would say outside of like family and friends, I've never really said this, but it was a point that really was like, oh, that's the ending. That's it. Like I said, it was the build up because obviously, it's out there on the media, so the cheating was a thing. But I said this in a video before, and people took it literally like, oh, cheating wasn't an issue. But I say that because if you take somebody back for cheating, then is that really an issue? I don't think that was something that I could necessarily say what was the breaking point or what really did it. That was like the icing on the cake, yes. And I also realized and learned in that situation that I could never, ever be with somebody that cheats on me. I learned that the hard way because I'm a person who can't get over that shit. Like, I feel like if you take somebody back for cheating, you have to move on. And I just could not move on. But I think where it really stuck with me As I remember one day, I was at the edge of my bed, and I was like, God, give me a sign. Give me a sign, please. Like, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Is this the route I'm supposed to be going? Literally the next day, I kid you not, another cheating scandal. And I was like, well, he had gave me sign after sign after sign, and every time I ignored it, and the first time I listened, I popped my shit. Come on now, look at me now. Look at me now, baby. I listened.